All right, it's time that we get started on our research project for the remaining portion of this class. And so I'm going to go over the assignment details here for a few minutes, and then I'm going to come back and I want to talk about brainstorming for a few minutes and what kind of topic I'm looking at and what kind of topic that you need to start developing on your own. So let's go ahead and just talk about the overall general paper requirements first here, and then we can start getting into some more of the specifics. So if you take a look over here, basically this will outline the different research steps that we're going to be involved in and the weeks. If you look over here, you can see the weeks that each assignment's associated with. So first off, we're going to be brainstorming. That's going to be this week, week 11, and then we're going to be completing our research and an annotated bibliography during week 12. We'll be writing the paper as the third step during week 13. We will be peer revising our papers on week 14, reading each other's assignments, giving each other pretty concrete feedback. And then the last week of classes, we will be embarked on the final draft. So that gives you a basic overview of where we're going and what we're doing. Now, as far as the actual paper goes, let's take a look at the actual assignment requirements. And so these will all be outlined in other places, but just to give you a rough idea of the actual paper assignment, it's basically a 2,000 word document. This is roughly a 5-page paper, not counting your reference page. You need to have APA formatting throughout. You're going to need a minimum of 8 quality sources. Now, these are not websites. You may access this information via the web, but they are not just .com sites, and I'll talk more about that. We've talked a little bit about that with the online database, but I'll review this week in some more detail. But not websites. What I want here is I want academic journals whenever possible, and there'll be some pretty stringent requirements on that. So 8 quality resources, and then after that you need to make sure that you properly use in-text citations. I'll review some of this, but you'll also need to spend some time. A lot of these rules are laid out in the APA style guides. And then Times New Roman font. So those are basically the rough research paper requirements. Now let's spend some time talking about brainstorming and developing your own topic. Now, you have free reign over the topic that you choose within reason. And so during the brainstorming phase, I want you to find a topic, number one, that you are curious about learning. What's interesting to you? What do you want to know more about? Now, I want you to not choose something that you already know a whole lot about. Not choose, or do not choose, do not choose something that you're already an expert in. If you're an expert in a particular topic, the research that you conduct is you're probably going to know most of the material that you come across. For example, I had a student, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, and he was a professional motocross racer. He knew everything there was to know about motocross and everything that there was to know. He'd been building dirt bikes with his dad since he was 5 or 6 years old. And so for him, that topic would have been a pretty hard one to research and to come up with new knowledge. And so what I want you to focus on is generating that new knowledge. Something that you're curious about. So we've got that one. And then the next thing that I'm interested in you looking at is something that you can find. You need to be able to find resources in the online database, Google Scholar, find resources, otherwise known as research. So you need to be able to find information on it. So I'm going to expect that you maybe conduct some preliminary research first. You look around and say, hey, what can I find out about this? Is this a reasonable topic to research? And then the next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to narrow your topic down enough. A big, wide topic is going to be it's going to be overwhelming and it's going to be too generalized. And so you need to figure out, how am I going to narrow this topic in a way that I can write a nice, concise 5-page paper on. I can be specific enough where I'm not doing, in school, when you're in, maybe middle school or something, you might do a research paper on whales. Well, whales as a topic, that's way, way too big. Now, if you wanted to do whales, but you wanted to do migration routes in one particular geography or one particular one whale species, or not whale species in one region or one particular area, something like that, that could work. But just whales as general, way too big. So think about how you can narrow your topic. Think about if you can find enough resources, and then make sure that you're curious about the topic. Those are basically the only concrete guidelines that you're going to need to work with. Next week, you're going to be writing a paper as you begin the research. You're going to write a proposal to me. And so I'm going to take a look at those proposals, and then I will okay your topic, or you'll need to go back to the drawing board and work, and I'll help you with that, but work on narrowing your topic. So obviously we want to get an okay and not back to the drawing board on your proposal. So start thinking about how you can narrow that topic. If you have any questions, send me some emails this week, and we can start narrowing that down. Now I've got in the next video that you're going to watch today, I've got some suggestions and some ways in which you can embark on this brainstorming process to see if there's going to be enough information, and to see kind of your level of curiosity with the topic. All right.